Hey everyone, before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more stories, like this one. At my mom's birthday celebration, my little girl Mia looked around and asked, "Why's our spot right by the garbage?" My uncle piped up, "Because you're not true family, just from her side." I scanned the room. Even the neighbor's kid had a balloon tied to their chair. So, I grabbed the gift I'd brought, turned to my uncle, and said, "Look under your plate." Then we walked out. 15 minutes later, my phone was blowing up. 46 missed calls. I'm Ethan, 33, the eldest sibling, the guy who resets routers, tops off gas tanks, and never forgets a birthday. By day, I manage projects. By night, I'm a single dad. Mia, my 8-year-old, loves galaxy pattern leggings, sticker collections, and blue slushies that turn her tongue turquoise. We share a cozy apartment with a coffee table that wobbles more than I'd like to admit. My mom says I work too hard. My sister, Paige, thinks I don't work hard enough for her liking. Somehow, I'm always the one they call. Mom's birthday was at a mid-tier Italian spot off the expressway. Plastic vines, tacky menus, and family-style platters that look better online than in person. I reserved the space, brought the cake, and wrapped a bracelet Mom had eyed in a catalog months back, pretending she'd forgotten about it. We got there early. Mia clutched the gift bag tightly, beaming with excitement. I was just exhausted. The host let us in, and I immediately noticed our table, tucked by the busing area, next to a trash can, with the clatter of dishes and a faint whiff of sour mop. "Dad," Mia whispered, scrunching her nose, "why's our table by the trash?" Before I could respond, my Uncle Larry, Mom's brother, reeking of cologne and unsolicited opinions, leaned in. "Because you're not real family," he said, glancing at Mia. "You're just from her side." The room seemed to freeze. Fork stilled. I looked at him, then at Mom, who winced and sipped her water like it could shield her. Mia's cheeks flushed as she turned to me. "Am I not family?" "You're my family," I said firmly. "The best part." Larry scoffed. "Relax, it's a joke." "It's not funny," I shot back. Paige jumped in right on cue. "Ethan, don't make a scene. Mom wants a calm evening." I watched servers squeeze by our chairs to dump trays in the bin, the smell hitting again. I thought of the private room I'd booked and paid a deposit for, the confirmation email, and how every family mix-up somehow screws me over. Mia gripped my hand, the gift bag crinkling. I stood. "We're done here." Larry rolled his eyes. "Sit down, tough guy." I picked up the gift, looked him dead in the eye, and said evenly, "Check under your plate." I helped Mia into her jacket, and we stepped out into crisp, clean air. 15 minutes later, as I buckled Mia into her car seat, my phone buzzed like a furious wasp, 46 missed calls. I stared at the screen, my pulse steady, not racing. "Dad," Mia asked quietly, "are we in trouble?" "No," I said. "We're free." I started the engine. Here's the deal with the plate. For a decade, I've been the family's walking ATM. It wasn't always like that, but it crept up, death by 1,000 tiny asks. It was me covering Paige's apartment deposit until her bonus comes. It was me paying Mom's car insurance just this month. It was me adding Larry's phone line to my plan because his job needs reliable service and I get a family discount. It was me picking up every dinner tab because you earn more. Not wealthy, just organized. Apparently, that makes me the sponsor. When Mia was born, her mom and I tried to make it work. We couldn't, but we co-parent smoothly with a fair schedule and Mia's loved. That part's solid. What's not is how my family treats Mia's mom like a side note and Mia like a temporary guest. They don't say step, they say her. As in, are we inviting her family too? Like Mia's got a detachable half. The first time I paid a bill, I was 23, and Paige was sobbing over an overdraft fee. I covered it. Then came utilities, credit cards. "We'll pay you back Friday." Friday never came. Mom would say, "Family's family, money flows," but it always flowed one way, out of my pocket. Larry's got endless tales, a layoff that lingers forever, a business plan that restarts every 6 months. He's the fun uncle, showing up with fireworks and vanishing when the sparks die. He wormed into my finances through Mom's soft spot and Paige's loud demands. "Just add him to your plan for now." Mom said 3 summers back. It's only $40 a month, Paige added, plus the phone. It ballooned to $95 with his accidental upgrade. Then data overages, then international roaming from a cruise he didn't know would cost extra. Meanwhile, quieter leaks. Mom's water heater broke and she cried about cold showers. I paid. Her property taxes jumped. I set up auto pay for my account because she forgot the login. Groceries, meds, cab rides, small asks between big ones. Every boundary I set was labeled selfish. Ethan, don't nickel and dime your mom. Ethan, Paige is trying. Ethan, Larry's had it rough. They never asked what I'd been through. The breaking point was small, a Tuesday. I was at the pharmacy with Mia, who had strep and needed liquid antibiotics that taste like chalky bubblegum. My card was declined, not for lack of funds, but a fraud hold. 6 DoorDash orders, 2 ride shares, and a gaming subscription hit in an hour. I knew the pattern. Paige's new boyfriend had borrowed her card again. The one I gave her for emergencies 2 years ago, which she swore she'd cut up. She cried when I called. I'm sorry we were broke. He got food for everyone. You wouldn't let me go hungry, right? I canceled the card in the parking lot while Mia slept in her car seat. I used my debit for the medicine, drove home with a sick kid and a heavy, cold ache in my chest. That week, I made a list, not numbers, just names and categories. Phone lines, car insurance, Netflix, Apple Music, Paige's gym membership. She paused on my card. Larry's $7 cloud storage tied to my email because your password manager's better, the $29 device protection for Mom's unused tablet. I didn't yell or post. I made calls, removed my name, canceled, transferred. I told Mom first. I'm not cutting you off, I said. I'm breaking a pattern. She sniffed. So I raised a stranger. Mom, I provide for Mia. That's my duty. I'm not everyone's wallet. You think money makes you superior, she said. I think it makes you reliant, I replied. She hung up. The birthday dinner was meant to be a fresh start. I booked a private room so Mia wouldn't be stuck by a trash can. I prepaid the menu to keep it simple. I called the manager to confirm the setup. But when we arrived, we were crammed by the busing station. I knew someone had downgraded the reservation to something cheaper, more convenient for them. I saw the extra seats, too. 2 neighbors I barely knew at the nice end of the room, with balloons and name cards. Mom, I said softly, who invited the Nelsons? She stared at her napkin. They've been good to me. I looked at the trash bin, then at Mia. Then Larry opened his mouth. That's when I rewrote the story. Not with a scene or a rant, but something sharper. Earlier, I'd slipped envelopes under the head table's plates. Larry's had a copy of his phone installment plan and a yellow sticky note. Transfer submitted. Line cuts off tomorrow. Mom's had the car insurance policy with my name removed, and a prepaid card for a month's coverage. Paige's had a silver key to a storage unit holding everything she bought on my card, with receipts taped to boxes, a silent tally. Under Mom's plate, I left the bracelet. She could keep it and the enabling, but the gift was mine to give. So when Larry said Mia wasn't real family, I didn't argue. I said, check under your plate, and we left. We didn't go far. I drove across the street to a strip mall and parked at a frozen yogurt shop because Mia deserved something sweet. She loaded her cup with gummy bears and 3 types of sprinkles, eating in quiet focus. I stared at the restaurant's door, waiting for the fallout. My phone buzzed, then rattled like it wanted to escape. Paige called first. Ethan, answer. What is this? Then Mom, what did you do? Then Larry, call me now. I flipped the phone face down. Mia licked her spoon. Is Grandma mad? She's surprised, I said. People get loud when they're caught off guard. The calls piled up. Cousins, neighbors, even the restaurant manager. I breathed. I'd planned this, but I didn't expect my hands to shake. I sent one text to the family group chat. I'll talk tomorrow. Tonight's for Mia. Paige fired back. You ruined Mom's birthday. Larry added, you tried to shame me. It didn't work. I already talked to the manager. Your papers are nothing. I typed slowly. They're confirmations, not threats. Then I muted the chat. At home, I tucked Mia in under her fish-shaped nightlight. Did I mess up? She asked. I sat on her floor and told her in words an 8-year-old could grasp. Grown-ups sometimes forget kindness. Tonight they did. That's not your fault. She nodded, understanding more than I wished. Can we get a good table next time? Every time, I said. When the apartment was still, I opened my laptop to a folder labeled Boundaries, Screenshots, Bank Statements, Call Logs, the car insurance transfer, the phone plan ticket, alerts from the past year, timestamps of Paige's boyfriend's orders, his dumb text bragging about eating like a king on my dime, Larry's voicemail asking for rent money because his boss was late with checks, a boss he couldn't name. I wasn't going to share it, but I needed the proof. At 10:13 p.m., Mom called again. I let it go to voicemail, then a FaceTime request from her home number. I almost ignored it, but pictured her face and answered. She was in her car, the dome light aging her. You humiliated me, she said. I paid for your dinner and your gift, I said. I left because Mia was insulted. Larry was joking. Then he can laugh at his bill. Her jaw clenched. That man's been there for me. For your liquor cabinet and cable remote, I said. She inhaled sharply, like she might chuck the phone. This isn't you. It's exactly me, I said. A dad first, and a son tired of being a wallet. She stared. Paige is crying over a key to a storage unit with stuff she bought in my name. She can cry in air-conditioned storage, I said. Mom blinked, shocked at my sarcasm. Then the big card. Family's all we have, she said quietly. I saw my reflection in the screen's dark edge. We had it. We burned it out. She hung up. I slept deeply, woke to silence, then a flood, 46 missed calls, 36 texts. Paige went theatrical in the group chat. Ethan's always been cold, calculating. Keeps a spreadsheet on us. I didn't respond. It was true. At 8:02 a.m., Larry sent a photo of his plate's paper. Effective tomorrow circled in Sharpie with, if my phone's off, I'm at your door. I replied, you won't have service, or my building code. At 9:10 a.m., the restaurant manager called. I'm sorry, she said. Someone in your group switched the room after you booked. I didn't know the deposit was yours. Who switched it? A woman named Paige. Of course. Can I get the deposit back? Refund it to your card, she said. I spoke to your mom. We'll send a gift card for a dinner, just you and your daughter. I'm sorry. Thank you, I said. By noon, the story twisted. An aunt texted about forgiveness. A cousin I hadn't seen in years called me financially abusive for dropping mom's insurance. I sent the prepaid card screenshot and a cheaper quote from an agent. No response. The real blow came at 2:37 p.m. Mom texted, your daughter's welcome here. Her mother's side isn't. We need boundaries. There it was, her side, like me as a split graph. I called. She answered. Say it again. What? Your text. Silence, then softer. Don't twist my words. They're ugly enough, I said. I raised you, she said, the old dagger. I fed you, worked nights, and now you treat me like a bill. No, I said. Like someone who forgot I'm not a bill. She sniffed. Hang up and don't call back. Fine, I said. She said, fine. It hurt, but like a splinter finally pulled. Okay, I said and hung up. I opened the carrier app and finalized Larry's line transfer. At midnight, I changed Mom's garage code. I'd installed it. I removed Paige from my Costco, streaming, and cloud accounts. I emailed the bank's fraud team with attachments. I booked a therapist because those grooves ran deep and I wanted out. Then I texted 3 people. Aunt Rosa, who brings soup and honesty. Tasha, the neighbor whose dog Mia decorates with bows, and Mia's mom, who keeps co-parenting steady. Park with Mia at 5. Join if you want. They all said yes. That evening, we sat under a maple tree. Mia ran through the splash pad, Tasha's dog darting between her legs like a furry meteor. The sunlight felt like grace. My phone buzzed. I ignored it. Feels strange, I said to the air. Feels right, Rosa said, handing me a napkin for popsicle drips. Sometimes you stop paying the toll to get out. The first week post-dinner was like withdrawal. Day 1. Mom silent, everyone else loud. Paige posted on Facebook about financial bullies and heartless sons who forget who raised them. I didn't bite. Friends texted privately, saw the trash seat. That was low. A cousin sent a photo I'd missed. The neighbor's kid at the far table, balloon on his chair, perfect lighting, perfect metaphor. I didn't frame it, but I could have. Larry's line went dead at 12:01 a.m. He called at 12:03 from the restaurant's landline, forgetting phones need. Well, phones. This is harassment, he said. It's a bill, I said. He blustered, begged. I need it for work. The job you can't name? Uber. Needs a license. And insurance. Click. Day 2. Mom texted Mia, directly, a first. Grandma loves you. Mia showed me. Can I say I love her too? Always, I said. I texted Mom. Talked to me about scheduling. No reply. Day 3. Paige tried. If you keep this up, Mom loses the house. I sent the agent's quote and proof of 2 years autopay. This is how she kept the house. She posted a salon selfie 30 minutes later. Sometimes you treat yourself. I closed the app. Day 4. My boss noticed I wasn't tense. Whatever you're doing, keep it up, she said. I laughed genuinely. At lunch, I searched Parent Boundaries Adult Children and found forums where strangers made me feel sane. No one had my Larry, but they had his cousins. Day 5, Mom called. I let it ring. She texted ground rules. No partners at my events, only family. I read it thrice. Mia's mom isn't crashing Mom's parties. She's too polite. But the text wasn't about logistics. It was Mom's map. Blood in, everyone else out, Mia sliced in half. I typed erase, settled. If Mia's not fully welcome, we're not there. Manipulation, she replied. Using your kid to punish me. I paced, then wrote, it's parenting. No response. Day 6. Rosa had us over for spaghetti. Her table wobbled worse than mine. Mia's shirt got sauce stains. I didn't mind. Rosa shared raw stories about my grandma, hiding cash and flour from Grandpa's gambling, telling the priest to butt out. Your spine's from her, Rosa said, not your mom. That night, I drafted an email to Mom. Clear, calm, no fire, I love you. I'm done funding anyone but Mia. I won't attend where she's diminished. I won't debate this in group chats. Want to talk? Public place, set times. I pay my coffee only. I saved it unsent. Not everything needs sending. Day 7, something shifted inside. The urge to fix, smooth, manage faded. I took Mia to the farmer's market. She tested cherry tomatoes like a tiny judge. We bought a plant, named it Kevin for luck, though it'll probably die. At noon, Larry was at my door, hands cupped around the peephole like I'd vanish. New phone already. Someone else's tab, I bet. He pounded, shouted, You're making this personal. I texted the building manager. He replied on it. Larry left when security showed. That afternoon, a notification. $250 restaurant deposit refunded. Small sum, big exhale. Weeks later, calls slowed. The group chat quieted. My life's volume dropped to where I could hear myself think. I saw my therapist twice. She didn't push reconciliation, just facts. I paid to avoid being called selfish. They call me selfish when I stopped. I'm responsible for Mia, not a tribe. Love that costs self-respect isn't love. On a Wednesday, Mom asked to meet. I agreed. Public spot. Set times. I brought a printed list, not to flaunt, just to anchor the talk. Mom came with a tight smile and a blue scarf from old photos. We ordered coffee. She didn't touch hers. I don't know you anymore, she said. I'm figuring me out, I said. She eyed the list. No money, no favors, no partners at events I don't invite. That last one's yours, I said. But we won't come to those. She pinched her nose. Larry needs help. Larry needs a job and sobriety, I said. Silence buzzed. You were kind once, she said. I was scared, I said. Of you, of losing you. Turns out I can't lose what wasn't mine. She flinched. Don't be cruel. I'm being clear, I said. Cruel was saying yes and hating you for it. We sat. She twisted the bracelet I gave her. I shouldn't have let them put you by the trash, she said, voice tiny. I didn't see it or didn't want to. Both can be true, I said. I want my family, she whispered. Me too, I said. I'm making one. No hug, no fight. We paid separately, left. A week later, Mom invited Mia for cookies. I dropped her off, stayed on the porch. Mom knelt to Mia's level. You're my family, she said. All of you, no sides. Mia looked at me. I nodded. Go in. I saw the dining table, 2 chairs, no trash nearby. Small, but like a shift in the air. I'm not naive. A line doesn't fix everything. Paige still posts like she's a newsroom. Larry tries new numbers, new angles. But now, their calls don't land unless I let them. I don't care who got balloons. Mia's got Kevin the plant and a dad who keeps his word. We eat pizza on paper plates at the good table because I bring it with me. One last thing. Mom's envelope didn't have a bill. It had a photo, me and Mia at the park, hair wild from the splash pad. On the back I wrote, "This is the family you get when you respect us." It's on her fridge now. I saw her dropping Mia off last Sunday. The bracelet gleamed as she reached for milk. No sorry, no asking. We're not healed, but we're shifting. Larry cornered me in a grocery aisle last week, still smelling of cologne and tired stories. "Think you're better because you pay your bills," he sneered. "No," I said. "I'm just done paying yours." He reached for pasta sauce like it held his comeback. I walked away. Here's what I learned through the noise. I'm not a cash machine with emotions. I'm not a seat by the trash. I'm a dad, a son with limits, a guy who realized late that family isn't a code you punch to unlock someone's wallet. Mia asked why our table was by the garbage. It was the perfect question. I spent years excusing the stench. Now, I move the table or walk away. I don't know access that shrinks my daughter to fit. If that seems cold, so be it. In my home, it feels warm. They say boundaries make you lonely. Sometimes, you lose the crowd that shows up for your wallet. But the space that clears, that's for real people, neighbors with soup, a co-parent who respects time, a kid who sleeps sound in a quiet room. I thought love meant saying yes until I vanished. Love's the no that guards what matters. I won't bankroll the family. I won't laugh at insults disguised as jokes. I won't seat my kid by the trash for peace. Check under your plate wasn't a trap, it was a line. One side's the old story, the other's a life I can face Mia about. 46 missed calls once meant crisis. Now, they mean I muted what never cared if I heard it. I'm not waiting for a better sorry. I'm building a better life.